All drills and exercises in this videotape are designed to develop fundamental skills. It is extremely important as an athlete or coach that you execute them with proper technique in order to avoid possible injury. To reduce the risk of possible injury, consult your doctor before beginning this exercise or skill development program. The producers, participants, and distributors of this program disclaim any liabilities or loss in connection with the information presented in this tape. This tape is copy protect encoded. Attempts to duplicate will damage this tape and may damage the heads on your VCR. Copy protect may cause the picture on your television to roll. To correct, adjust the tracking on your VCR. The FBI enforces criminal copyright infringement laws.
Hi, my name is Mark Began, President of American Cheerleading Federation. During the mascot video, what we're going to do, we're going to break it down to the different parts of a mascot. We're going to take it through what a mascot actually is. We're going to take you through developing your mascot's personality. We're going to take you through knowing your mascot and its body parts. We're also going to practice all of the mascot expressions. We're going to go through the responsibilities of a mascot. We're also going to give you ideas and skits. So we hope you enjoy the video. We encourage you to watch the video with your fellow mascots and with your coaches and enjoy and have a good time. The first part of this video is, what is a mascot? As soon as you can identify what a mascot is, not just on the outside, but on the inside also, you will be one of the most important aspects in your school. So that's the first thing we're going to hit on, what is a mascot? Just think about your mascot's looks without anybody in the suit. All it is a lifeless mound of clothes and other material. You are the life of the mascot. You and only you can bring a personality into your uniform. You and only you can make the children smile, can make your crowd yell, can make the community laugh, and bring spirit and unity to your school. You have a couple of options as being your school mascot. You can carry on the tradition of great mascots at your school, or you can start the tradition of great mascots at your school. Now back to the question that was asked earlier, what is a mascot? A mascot is your school, not just your athletic teams, but your debate teams, your student council, and many more clubs and events related to your school. Think about any high school that you know. Most likely, if you know the high school, you know the mascot. You will be representing that whole idea. You are or will be the mascot that everybody knows, not just the people in your town, but also everybody that has heard of your school. Next, we're going to develop your mascot's personality. When becoming a mascot, there are a few basic guidelines you should follow before you make your first public appearance. Define your mascot's personality. Just like you have a personality, so should Bobby the Bear. It may be a little different than your personality, it may be the same. Just remember that people are not looking at the regular person inside of the mascot uniform, they are looking at the mascot uniform only. So have fun and be creative when defining your mascot's personality. Just remember one thing, a boring mascot is just that, boring. Also, another golden rule to follow is never be embarrassed to do anything in your mascot uniform. You were chosen as a mascot to perform. Do just that. Be crazy, have fun, and most of all, make people laugh. People are not looking at the person inside of the uniform, they are looking at the actual mascot that is on the court and performing in front of the people. It's good to define what your mascot will act like before you actually start to perform. Following are a few personality traits that you and your mascot can become. Number 1, silly. Number 2, clumsy. Number 3, humorous. Number 4, proud and confident. And number 5, cool. Now, silly. When being silly, always be a little goofy. Go back to when you were a small child. Act confused, act amazed, act dumb. Use great silly props that won't be forgotten, like oversized toothbrushes or oversized combs. Okay, that's silly. Now, when being clumsy, act as though it was your first day on the planet and you're not quite sure how anything works. Push on doors that say pull. Trip when you walk. Run into the goalposts or benches. Try to bounce a flat basketball. Use a fish as a telephone. Anything that can set you apart is not knowing how to do the simplest tasks. Humorous. When being humorous, just have fun. Chances are that whatever you find funny, others will too. Remember to keep the humor simple so even the youngest child will get a laugh. The above 2 personality traits can be combined to create great humor. Have fun with this personality. Play within the rules, but most of all, make people laugh. Proud and confident. When being proud and confident, be the cockiest mascot around. Walk around like the world is yours. Stick your chest out. Always look up with your chin high. Walk like you mean it, and basically have the feeling that the other team will bow at your feet by the end of the night. Be careful with this so you don't get too cocky and forget the humor involved in being a mascot. Remember, you are there to make others laugh and feel good. When being cool. When being cool, picture yourself in a brand new convertible Corvette with the top down and you're wearing your brand new $300 pair of sunglasses. The biggest thing that you want to keep in mind is to have the attitude, cool, yet at time, be humorous. The above 5 traits are wonderful personality traits to have in a mascot. Which one should you use? Experiment. See which trait gets the best response out of people that you perform in front of. My suggestion would be to let your mascot possess all of the above traits. You will know when to use which trait and which personality to get your best response. Next, we're going to cover knowing your mascot and its body parts. When inside the mascot, you want to make sure that you know where every single body part of the mascot is. For example, the eyes. Know where your eyes are, exactly where the eyes are. Your ears, your mouth, your nose, your tail, and your feet, knowing the exact size of your feet, because most mascots have really big feet, so you have to know that also. Nothing looks sillier than trying to do a game of peekaboo with a child and you're covering your nostrils instead of your eyes. Practice this at home so you feel comfortable with the whole suit. It is also a good idea to have an idea of the body part so you don't accidentally hit an innocent person when one of your parts, for example your tail, is out of control. Next, we're going to run through a series of mascot expressions that we want you to practice and perfect. Practice all of the expressions that are shown on the videotape. A great expression is worth 100 laughs. Remember, no matter how big you are smiling on the inside of your mascot uniform, you still have the same expression on the outside of the uniform unless you add your expression antics like those shown on the video. The big rule for expressions is to make them big. Use huge arms, big leg motions, a larger-than-life walk, and make it so the farthest person away from you on the very last bleacher can always see you. The first expression we're going to hit is happy. Happy looks like this. The next expression we're going to go over is sad. Sad looks like this. Next, we're going to hit the expression, it's called excited. Excited looks like this. Our next expression we're going to hit is angry. Next, we're going to do disgusted or pouty. The next expression we're going to do is amazed or surprised. And finally, one of the last expressions we're going to do is shy. There are a couple of types of walks that we want you to try and practice. First of all is the powerful walk. Powerful walk looks like this. Powerful walk should be used with mascots that are large in life, like for the Bulls or some other big mascots. Use your powerful walk. Some other mascots we want you to do for the second type of walk is a dainty walk. Okay, dainty walk might look like this. Practice these walks because walking also defines the character of your mascot. So that's one thing you should practice. All of the expressions, the happy, sad, excited, angry, disgusted, pouty, amazed, surprised, shy, and perfect that walk before you make your first public appearance. Following are a couple of rules that we want you to remember before you make your first public appearance. Don't talk. Remember to communicate through gestures when being a mascot instead of voice. It just doesn't sound good hearing a human voice coming out of a 6-foot-tall dragon. If you are a human mascot like a warrior or gladiator, feel free to talk, but try to change your voice just a little to add a little more character. Number 2, be careful when handling kids. Watch out for the little ones. They will be your biggest fans. Just remember, especially if you're in costume, it's a little clumsy trying to pick up and carry kids. And it's also very easy to trip over the little ones behind you and in front of you. Also, be careful when hugging the kids. They are a lot smaller than us, so just a simple hug will make their day. A general rule that you might want to follow is to never carry a child while you are moving. It is fine to pick up a child, especially when the parents want a picture, but set them down before you start to walk. Have fun with the kids. To them, you are a real-life superstar. Whatever you do, no matter how annoying some of the children may become to you, always treat them special. Remember, that is not just the child in front of you that you're performing for, but you're also performing for all of the parents, family, friends that are watching you with this child. One more thing, as a mascot that you do want to remember, never change your costume in front of the kids or where anybody can see you. Always go to a back locker room or behind the bleachers because you never want to let a child see a human coming out of the mascot. Now we're going to hit the responsibilities of a mascot. You were chosen by your school to represent your school. You have to do a lot of things in conjunction with your school to further the school spirit. You also want to keep in mind that you want to work closely with the cheerleaders. Cheerleaders are the main spirit raisers for your school, so it's great to have a lot of ideas to work with your cheerleaders. And also you want to make sure that you have a responsibility with your community. You'll be called upon by your community to do a lot of functions, social functions that you can show up as. So remember that. You have a responsibility for your school, to the cheerleaders, and also to your community. As the mascot, you have to be at your school's disposal for many occasions. You should make appearances at any and all events that would enhance your school's reputation. This would include freshman orientation, student senate meetings, athletic events, pep assemblies, class reunions, and any other functions that you can imagine. You should not look at these functions as a burden of your time. You should be honored to do these functions because you were chosen by your school. Another good idea is to go to your principal, your athletic director, your cheer and dance coaches, your athletic coaches, and your school counselor to see what they expect and want out of the mascot. You will not only be scoring points with these people, but you will also be taking steps to develop your mascot's personality and character. To your cheerleaders, this is one of the best ways to raise your school spirit. At most of the athletic events, you will be right beside your cheerleaders the whole time. Working with the cheerleaders and with their cheers and chants and with their dances is one of the best ways to promote your mascot and your mascot ideas. Just remember one thing, that you are a mascot and you are not a cheerleader. Don't expect them to include you in everything they do, but please try to remember the cheers and chants and the dances so you can do those along with the mascot, along with the cheerleaders at certain times. To your community, one great way to further your school and community spirit is to call a prominent member of your community, like the mayor, city council, chamber of commerce, and see what they would like you to do to strengthen the community. Visits to hospitals, care centers, youth programs, city parks, and other events bring great joy to both you and the people you visit. Next, we're going to go over some mascot ideas and skits that you can use and perform. When doing skits can be anything that you do in everyday life. All you want to do to add some humor to it is just add a little twist. For example, taking out the trash. When taking out the trash, your little twist could be that the trash smells really, really bad. When doing a skit like this, the trash could actually represent your opposing team's mascot. You could bring a stuffed animal of the mascot, or you could bring a sweater that has the mascot's logo on it. Stuff like that you can do pretending to take out the trash. Another skit that you can do is normal everyday life is walking a dog. The little twist you can have with this is that the dog won't walk with you, or the dog runs away. Another everyday thing you can do for a skit, just simple things, is getting a suntan. The actual twist for this one could be there's no sun out to get your suntan. Other ideas, just to give you ideas on skits, you could do bank robberies. Okay, you could pull out a whole skit for just doing an actual bank robbery. You could also do game shows. Okay, once again, pulling this skit out to a couple minutes long, just pretending you're on a game show. Using the principal as the game show host, or using some team members as also members of the game show. You could do waking up. That's a good skit to do too. Waking up, going to school, waking up in the team uniform, in the football uniform, stuff like that. You could actually go out there and pretend you're one of the players, either from your team or one from the opposing team. So a couple minute skit on actually playing ball. You could be dancing. You could actually put a tutu on, some dancing uniforms on, and actually try to be one of the dancers. Or you can actually get a skit together with your dance team or cheer team to where they pretend to teach you, but you can't pick up any of the moves. Another good one is dates. You can pretend that you're on your first date. The date could be the opposing mascot. The date could be the principal or one of your favorite teachers. That's what we want you to do for your skits. Just take an everyday life situation, add a little twist to it, and this will make it funny for you and your crowd. Now we have a couple of ideas for the coaches for the mascots. The first are tryouts for your mascot. Try to have your tryout at the same time the cheerleaders are trying out. This will allow the mascot to start bonding with the cheerleaders. A person trying out for the mascot position should have the same scholastic requirements as somebody trying out for the cheer squad or dance team. Meet with people trying out for the mascot a few days before they try out. Give them the opportunity to try on and get used to the mascot uniform. Tell them for the tryouts they will have to make up a 1-minute skit to perform in front of the judges. Tell them also that the judges will ask them to give a brief performance on an emotion that the judges choose. Obviously, the person trying out for the mascot position should be wearing the mascot. Make sure that the people trying out for the position wear their numbers so the judges can tell them apart. The best process to choose judges is to bring in outside people. Make sure the people judging do not know who the mascot is. You also may want to have a personal interview with each of the mascots so you can tell if they will be dedicated enough for their position. Another idea we have for the coaches is using your mascot effectively. A mascot must be taught how to be an effective mascot. If you don't teach them, they might as well just go out in front of the crowd and stand in one spot. As a coach, you should direct them when to perform, when to get the crowd going, and when to just stand there. Make sure you use your mascot as much as possible. The more you use your mascot, the better the mascot will become. Make sure the mascot realizes that he or she is part of the squad. Have the mascot attend all of the practices. This is a great time for the mascot to get some feedback on skits, and also a great time for the mascot to practice cheers and chants. Always encourage your mascot to use a mirror. Doing this, the mascot will see exactly what they are doing and see if they need to improve on any of the expressions or the walk. Expect the mascot to make up the majority of their skits and antics. Make sure the mascot runs all of the skits by you before they're performed so that you have the final say if they can do it or not. Now, we hope you take this video and practice all of the antics, practice all of the expressions, practice the walks, and practice the ideas and times that you can actually use your mascot. We hope you have fun with this. Watch it over and over to get a lot of good ideas. Thank you for purchasing this tape with American Cheerleading Federation. My name's Mark, President of American Cheerleading Federation. ACF offers over 300 residential and home camps from coast to coast. We also offer 2-, 3-, and 4-day home camps. What we do at our home camps range from $50 on up for a minimum of 12 people. Now at these camps, we hit everything. We hit cheers and chants, we hit partner stunts and pyramids, we hit hands-on tumbling and spotting. So we teach you guys how to spot yourselves, so once we leave, you can go ahead and spot yourselves and keep on tumbling. We do jumps and we also do dances. Now, for our camps to offer this to you, we also have what's called 100% satisfaction guaranteed. If for any reason you are not satisfied with your camp, at the end of your camp, you pay nothing at all. We will give you your full money back for that minus the deposit, but we offer 100% satisfaction guaranteed with that. So if you're interested in a camp with ACF, we do home and residential camps. Watch your mailboxes for our brochures. They'll be coming through Championship Productions about 3 times a year, so watch your mailboxes for that, or give us a call at 1-800-803-4294. Thank you.